and you're talking about players that don't want to be at the club. There was this whole massive saga of Frenkie De Jong. I know you've probably spoken about that so much, but I've got just a specific question in regards to that one. There's been so much talk about deferred wages and this and that, but did he just categorically not want to join Manchester United?
And it's not just with Man United. I like to clarify about that. I'm happy with your question because Frenkie De Jong, he wants to stay at Barcelona. Trust me that Chelsea too have made an important proposal, and Chelsea play Champions League football. And also last week, Chelsea were insisting. Man United are insisting since end of May. But really, many clubs approached Barcelona for Frenkie De Jong, and they are open to letting go. It's not that Frenkie is rejecting Manchester United. It's that he doesn't want to leave Barcelona. Why? From what I'm told, Frenkie, first point, loves the city. Then we know the Dutch connection with Barcelona. Barcelona is always something special for Dutch players. And let's remind that Frenkie accepted to join Barcelona in difficult years because he joined Barca when it was not that kind of team. Now the team is fantastic, but he accepted to go there when the team was a normal one, not a great one. And now after complicated years at Barca, he really wants to play in this team that he feels can win important things because the team is fantastic. The squad is fantastic. So this is why Frenkie is not rejecting Man United. Frenkie is determined on staying at Barcelona. This is the reality. So it's true that Man United are insisting, but the reality is that Frenkie wants to stay. That's it.
Fair enough. You can't do nothing if somebody like that wants to stay put. In terms of the midfielders, though, for United, just to wrap up on United, I know they're still interested in Gakpo, which you've mentioned a few times. Are United actually in for any other centre midfielders? Is there a short list maybe, or was it Frenkie or bust?
No, at the moment, the situation is pretty clear. They wanted Frenkie as priority, and then they decided to spend big money on Casemiro because it was a big opportunity. So I think they will only go for another midfielder in case they have a huge opportunity in the final hours or days in the market. At the moment, it's still quiet. They're focusing on the second goalkeeper, maybe on some opportunities on the right back. But the priority was Antony and before Casemiro. So for the midfielder, I think it depends on the opportunities. For example, a player they love is Moises Caicedo from Brighton, very good player, not a playmaker. But now with Casemiro, I think kind of defensive midfielder, they already got one of the best in the world, like the Brazilian. And so if they can find a creative midfielder with a good opportunity, it could be the case. But as of now, everything is focused on Antony to be signed and then on the second goalkeeper.
So there's not really much going on with the Gakpo links or...
No, with Gakpo is something that they were discussing with the agents because the agents are the same agents of Erik ten Hag, so they have very good relationship.
Nice.
Erik ten Hag knows the player so well because in Eredivisie is one of the best talents. But it was something to be prepared in case the Antony deal was not going through. But now with Antony done, I think for Gakpo, is no longer a priority for Man United. Could be an opportunity, but not a priority. So as of now, no bid to PSV and still an open situation.
And just with other clubs, just to get on the club, I saw you actually tweeted on Monday. You tweeted about Daniel James to Spurs. What is the talk on that one? Because I mean, Daniel James, he divides opinion, as United fan, we don't, he didn't have the greatest time here, and Spurs fans have reacted to that news a little bit negatively. What is going on there? Is Conte a big fan?
Is Conte, yes, appreciating the player, and Fabio Paratici, the director at Tottenham, knows the player so well. But the real problem is that Leeds want to keep him. Leeds are really happy with him. They want to keep him. They want to keep the whole squad. They had a fantastic beginning of the season. They are really happy with the impact of Jesse Marsch. And so it's not an easy deal. It's true that Tottenham approached Leeds. It was Thursday, Friday last week for a loan with buy option. Why? Because they are selling Bryan Gil to Valencia. Sorry, not selling, but loaning out because it's going to be a loan deal till June 2023. So everything is ready for Bryan Gil to Valencia, but they need the replacement. Daniel James is one of the options. But as of now, I'm told that Leeds have no intention to accept a loan with buy option for Dan James. So I think it's a complicated one, honestly.
Okay, and fair enough. And then, of course, there's Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp, he's recently said, it was my mistake. I'm wrong. I need a midfielder. We all know about those quotes. Liverpool fans have been talking about Frenkie. They've been talking about Barella. They're talking about Caicedo as well. And there was also Sander Berge. Do you know anything about who the centre midfielders are on Liverpool's shortlist and who they might go in for in the last couple of days?
I think more than a short list, they want to find the right opportunity and jump into it as soon as possible, as they always do. This is how they work at Liverpool. So Barella, impossible. Frenkie, impossible. It's going to be really difficult to sign that kind of players, honestly. But also Caicedo is not easy to negotiate with Brighton. We saw with Cucurella how tough they are in the negotiation. So I think for Caicedo in the final days of the window is going to be difficult. So if they can find an opportunity, they will jump into it. But I'm told not something super expensive, not something for 80, 90 million euros or pounds. So at the moment, it's still something that they are exploring. For example, Konrad Laimer from Leipzig is a player they appreciate, but Leipzig have no intention to let him go in the final days of the window, because we know how German clubs, how they are serious on these kind of things. They want to keep the squad at the end of the market. And so it's not going to be an easy one, but I'm sure that Liverpool are exploring some secret options maybe.